Hello guys, so this is my first tutorial. I'll make this share, something alike, and let's do it. Okay, so we have SolidWorks. We create a new file. So I'm going to start with the legs. I'm going to choose front plane, sketch. I'll make this line a construction geometry. I'll make some lines. I'm going to give them some dimension. Okay, so these dimensions are more or less what I want it to look like in the final. So I'll give I'll take away this vertical constraint because I'm going to give an angle to this. Of 100 degrees. I'm going to mirror this line, these two lines, about this axis. I'm going to make a circle in between. I'm going to trim entities. These entities, so it looks like the first leg. I'm going to use another constraint here, tangent, not this. I'm going to fix this leg, fix, and now I'm going to use tangent, this. Now I will exit sketch and create a plane in this point, and then for second reference I'll use top plane. Then in this created plane I'm going to do a sketch on this point, maybe about 3. Yes, it's okay. And I'm going to use sweep. So first, and this is a sweep. We have the first leg. Now I'll use circular pattern. I'll use this sweep, and I'm going to show this. First I'm going to show this sketch because it has this axis I did before, and use this as direction. I'm going to make 90 degrees and 2 instances, so I can create this form. Now I want to create that body that intercepts this part. I'm going to create a plane in this point, use top plane as reference, and let's do other way. Let's create a plane parallel to the top plane and increase the measure so it's a little bit above the legs. Okay, then we choose top view. Let's just hide this plane, the plane one. Now I'll use top view, sketch, and I'm going to make a circle about 7 units of radius, maybe a little less, maybe 5 units. Yes, 5 units is okay. Exit sketch, and I'm going to extrude boss to downside about yes, 20 millimeters is good. So this part is almost done. I'm going to go to the up view, normal, to this plane, and sketch again. No, let's just hide plane 2. Click this face and sketch on this face. A little circle, about 2 radius. Let's make it 3. No, 2.5. Yes. And an extrude cut up to surface, and you click this face. Okay. Just let's make quickly some fillets here, just to look better, and here down, and give it 1 millimeter. Okay. Now let's make use the front plane. Sketch on the front plane and a circle, about so. Maybe give this a dimension of 6. Let's just push a little bit here inside so it's touching a little bit. Okay, now exit sketch, plane, and use the center as one reference and this top plane as another reference. Let's go to top and draw a circle. From here to the circle. Yes. Let's use swept, this reference and this reference, and we done this arc, this part. Okay. Just to look a little better, I will go to front plane again, sketch, and just cut the legs of the chair. In this case we can use mid plane and cover everything and cut so it looks straight, you see. Okay, so part 1 is done. Just give it a look like this and it's done. Now you go to part 2. Okay, for part 2 we open a new document, go to top line, sketch, let's give a dimension. I don't know really what dimension I should give, so I'll go to the previous drawing. It's still open. Just to know what should be the dimension. Yeah, like 30 radius, 31. Let's give 31 radius. Okay, so this, you start part 2, you go to top plane and make a circle with 132. Okay, it's no 60 30. No, it is wrong. It's 62 diameter, right? Yes, about that. And you just extrude for like 8 millimeters. Okay. Now let's give some fillets about one in the upside and downside, maybe a little more, about 3, maybe a little less, about 2. Yes. Now you go to downside, you create a circle with a 2.5 radius and you extrude for like 50 millimeters. Okay, maybe a little bit more, let's give it 60. Now you use curves, helix and spiral. You click this face and this. Let's say is it sketch. Sorry. You click this face, you sketch, and you make a circle on it with the same dimension. And then curves, helix and spiral. You see, it's automatic. You decide another direction, reverse direction. The pitch about yes, 30 revolutions and the pitch about 2 millimeters. It does not need to be exact, it's for illustration. And then you make a plane on the beginning of the spiral. You click on the edge and you click OK. Normal, sketch, and you make a square about 1 by 1, or maybe 0.8, 0.8 and 0.8. Okay, now you do click OK, extrude cut. No, it's not extrude cut, it's swept cut. It's this. Oh, okay, I need to finish the sketch. Is it? Okay, now you use swept cut, sketch, and you select the spiral as a path, and okay. Okay, it's done. The parts on the fuse. You give some textures like wood for the top, right? Because it's a wood top. Let's give something pretty like this, and this boss extrude and this fillet were from the top, so you select and click those two. Then the rest will be the spiral, and the spiral is in metal, steel, and let's use polished steel. You save it as top. Okay, now we're going to assemble these parts. you go to new assembly. This is part 3, and legs, and top. Okay, so we're going to make the fuse with this internal part. Okay, you now can move freely. We're going to constrain this in the mate selection by going to advanced mates. Yes, you click here distance, you click this that is close 0, and this that is the total distance about 40, and you select the mates, this mate and this mate. Okay, so the minimum distance will be 0, it won't go down, and the maximum distance will be 40. Okay, so okay, now you're going to use screw mate, this, and distance revolution. Each revolution will go down about 3 millimeters. This entity and this entity. Okay, so you see, when you turn around it goes down, when you turn up it goes up. Just let's give it another measurement, about 5. You see, done. So it's done, the share. Now I'm going to show a little bit about movement and rendering. Going to start with the rendering. I have visualize, but if you don't have, you can use photo view. If you use photo view because it's on SolidWorks, you click on photo view. You can choose camera, add camera. It's better, you can do this without the photo view, but it's better because you can use this depth of field option that makes the photo a little bit better. Okay, and then you go to photo view and final render. Usually I use SolidWorks Visualize because it looks better, but it's well, you probably you don't have Visualize because it's a add-on. Okay, so it's now making the rendering. You can skip this part in the video if you want to. You should, because this is just rendering. Okay, and then I'm going to make the movement, the animation. Okay, so you see it looks a little bit better. You can save, of course, and here's your final work. You see? Okay, for the animation, you go to motion study and put a motor. Sorry, just let me deactivate the previous camera, delete camera, so I can have free movement. And you can go to motor, click in this part, and distance, you see there was a movement.